What if I told you that there were NFL rules so rare, so unusual that even die-hard fans have never heard of them? Rules that could flip a game on its head in a heartbeat. Welcome to Kickoff Zone. Today, we're counting down the top 10 NFL rules you didn't know about. From the absurd to the fascinating, these are the gems hidden deep within the NFL rulebook. Stick around and you might just become the smartest person at your next football gathering. Number 10. One-point safety. When it comes to NFL rules, the one-point safety is like the unicorn. Most people don't believe it exists. This rare scoring play happens when a team's extra point or two-point conversion attempt goes horribly wrong, and the defense ends up downing the ball in their own end zone. Yeah, that's right. The offense gets a single point, and it's as rare as finding a four-leaf clover. The one-point safety has never happened in an NFL game, but it's real. It's in the rulebook, and it's occurred a few times in college football. So next time someone says they know everything about football, ask them about the one-point safety and watch them squirm. Number 9. Fair catch kick. When it comes to oddball rules, the fair catch kick is a dark horse many fans don't even know exists. Picture this. A player makes a fair catch on a punt or kickoff. Instead of starting a typical drive, the team can opt for a fair catch kick. Basically, it's a field goal attempt with no defense rushing in. Yeah, you heard that right. No giant lineman trying to swat the ball away. Why don't we see it more often? Well, the setup has to be just right. The team attempting the kick usually needs to be close enough to the end zone, and often it's a last-ditch effort before halftime or the end of the game. It's like a Hail Mary, but for kickers. So next time the conditions are just right, don't be shocked if you witness this rarely seen play unfold. Number 8. The drop kick. Let's wind back the clock to a rule that's old school cool, the drop kick. Most fans today think of extra points and field goals as set plays, where the ball is snapped and held for a kicker. But did you know there's another way to score? That's right, the drop kick allows a player to bounce the ball on the ground and kick it as it rebounds. Sounds like something out of a trick play handbook, doesn't it? This rule is still in the books, even though it's just about as common as a flip phone in 2023. The last successful dropkick in the NFL was made by Doug Flutie in 2006, and before that, it was practically a relic. So next time you're watching a game and you hear the term dropkick, know that it's not just a move in wrestling. It's an NFL rule that survived the test of time. Number 7. Throw twice if you dare. Alright, get ready for this one. You can actually throw more than one forward pass on a single play in the NFL. Wait, what? Yep, you heard it right. There's just one big catch. The passes have to be thrown behind the line of scrimmage. In most plays, you'll usually see one forward pass, and it's usually past the line of scrimmage. But the rulebook allows for multiple forward passes as long as they're behind that magical line. Why don't we see this more often? It's risky, that's why. Each pass is a chance for something to go wrong. A fumble, an interception, you name it. But in certain trick plays, offenses may take that risk for a big reward. So next time you see a quarterback tossing the ball around like he's in a backyard football game, don't jump to conclusions. He might just be taking advantage of this lesser-known rule. Number 6. Casper the Holy Roller. Ever seen a football get batted, kicked, and nudged toward the end zone like it's a part of a chaotic game of pinball? If not, look up the Holy Roller play from 1978. This wild play led to what's now known as the Holy Roller Rule, or the Dave Casper Rule, named after the Raiders tight end who fell on the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. Here's the deal. The rule says that if an offensive player fumbles the ball forward, only the fumbling player can recover and advance the ball. If any other offensive player grabs it, the ball is dead where they touch it. This rule was made to prevent teams from deliberately fumbling the ball forward to gain yardage, especially near the end zone. It's one of those rules born from a single, unforgettable play that left fans, players, and refs scratching their heads. Number 5. Ineligible receiver downfield rule with a twist. Alright, you've probably heard of the ineligible receiver downfield rule. It's all about linemen. Those big guys up front not being allowed more than 1 yard past the line of scrimmage during a forward pass. But did you know there's a loophole that allows these players to become eligible receivers? That's right, as long as they report to the referee before the play, linemen can line up as eligible receivers in certain formations. Why does this little-known detail matter? Well, it adds an unexpected layer of strategy to the game. Imagine a defensive player realizing too late that the big guy he ignored is actually an eligible receiver. Before you know it, that lineman could be celebrating in the end zone. It's not just about knowing the rule, it's about knowing the exceptions that can turn the game on its head. Next time you see a lineman report to the ref, pay attention. You might be in for a big surprise. Number 4. When 12 is better than 11. You might think counting to 11 is easy, but in the heat of an NFL game, even that can get messed up. Welcome to the world of the 12 men on the field rule. Sounds simple, right? Only 11 players are allowed on the field for each team. But oh boy, when that extra guy sneaks in, fireworks erupt. Here's the kicker. This rule isn't just about an accidental extra player. Coaches have used it strategically, accepting a penalty to get a quick timeout's worth of rest for their players. Risky? Absolutely. Worth it? Sometimes. But when it backfires, oh, does it backfire? Fans have seen games won and lost on this very rule, making it one of the most controversial rules in the NFL. Now you might be thinking, is an extra player really that big a deal? Trust me, in a game of inches, every player counts. Whether it's a crucial third down stop or an unexpected touchdown, that 12th player can alter the outcome of a game in an instant. So the next time you see a ref counting players, hold your breath. You're about to witness some real drama. Number 3. No time left? No problem. So you think the game's over, huh? The clock's hit 0, fans are heading for the exits, but wait! Here comes the untimed down rule to shake things up. This rule is like that post-credit scene in a superhero movie. Just when you thought it was over, there's more. What triggers an untimed down? If a penalty occurs as time expires and the penalty can't end the game, the teams play an additional down with the clock at 0. This is the moment where heroes are made and goats are, well, blamed for everything. It's a second chance for teams to either snatch victory from the jaws of defeat or add another layer of heartbreak. And let's be real, these moments create some of the most dramatic and unforgettable plays in football history. One untimed down can rewrite the entire story of a game. So if you're watching a game and the clock hits 0 but the refs are huddled up, don't go anywhere. The final act might still be coming. Number 2. Don't cork your bat. You may think you know football, but there's a rule that could totally change how you see the game. The illegal bat rule. In the NFL, players are forbidden from intentionally batting the ball towards an opponent's end zone, or in any direction if the ball is in an end zone. Break this rule and the penalty will hand the other team some valuable yards. Why is it a big deal? Let's flash back to the 2015 Seahawks-Lions game. Seattle's KJ Wright batted a fumbled ball out of the end zone. No flag was thrown, but there should have been. That play got everyone talking about this lesser-known rule. So the next time you see a player bat a ball and think it's a smart play, remember, it could be a game-changing error that just hasn't been caught. Number 1. That's unfair. Palpably. Ever heard of the Palpably Unfair Act? No, it's not the name of a courtroom drama. It's an actual NFL rule. This rule is like the emergency glass you break when things get really, really weird. Imagine a situation so unfair that there's no existing rule to cover it. Maybe a fan runs onto the field and tackles a player, or a coach trips an opponent. That's when refs can pull out the Palpably Unfair Act card. Here's the kicker. This rule's never been enforced in an NFL game. Yeah, it's that rare. The punishment for a Palpably Unfair Act is pretty much up to the refs. They can award any penalty, including a touchdown if they think it's deserved. It's like the NFL's version of a do-whatever-you-want coupon, but for referees. The rule is so rarely invoked that its mere existence reminds everyone that sometimes you've got to be prepared for the unthinkable. So there you have it, folks. 10 NFL rules that might have flown under your radar. From the quirks of a palpably unfair play to the surprises of an untimed down. The rule book isn't just a playbook for refs, it's full of plot twists for the game we all love. Hit that like button as if you're spiking the ball in the end zone. Subscribe faster than a wide receiver running a slant route. And share this video like a quarterback throws touchdowns, freely and often. This is your field, your game, your kickoff zone. Until next time, keep those chains moving.